Now a first carry here for Robinson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now Howell. And that will be incomplete.
That was the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Yards that time on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And a nice play there defensively, and this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about in pregame, just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove, because any guy's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him, so he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
3. Right, 97. Ready?
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that's going to be caught downfield by Pham. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
Looking for the end zone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Seahawks had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Sherman. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here. That pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield. Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
2nd down and goal. Love. And it's caught. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Love. This is 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On the set.
On 4th down, Love. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Howell out of his own end zone, hitting Samuel on the slant. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 19 yards there on the catch and run. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first...
He's got a man complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Faking the handoff. Howell going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Take it in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
This is caught at the 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. 47 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sherman. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Ready. 22 meter.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Love. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly. But, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
On 2nd and 9, Howell is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Going with their tight end on 4th. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he gets this up past the 30.
Took a heck of a chance there, didn't he? Result-based business, we know that. That result was positive for him. But, oh my goodness, how close was that to be a negative?
Well, because you're essentially in the shadow of your own end zone there to go for. I get it if it's late 4th quarter. Well, it paid off. I guess the end justifies the means, right?
It certainly does. Had to be more than a gut feeling there. Had to be just total confidence they would pick it up.
On 2nd and 12, Howell. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And exactly how fast was he going? According to Next Gen Stats, 21.7 miles per hour. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Play fake. Here's Love. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Play action this time with Love. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Will Dissly, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are back within a score. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Fielded just outside the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 40. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Commanders. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Here we go, set.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo, at the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Looking to throw on second down. Love looking deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Tress Way on fourth down is sent out to punt. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. Second and 10. They run the draw here with Robinson. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Throwing here, Howell. Here's a screen for Robinson. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Sly able to put this one through. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter 1, they struggled. Quarter 2 here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then you don't come out of the gate as fast or as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Throwing, Love. And now look at this, big gain but a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on third down. Third and long, here's Howell. He'll fire this one deep for Hearns. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. He's got him in, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fields it right around the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He's got his tight end fan, and he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Forced out to his left. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Love, they go play action now. Throw out wide to Walker. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Okay, ready? Ready.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. First down, Howell to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure to give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
Ready?
Following the interception, Love. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. With a play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. On 1st down, Howell. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. From the 25 on second down. Powell. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in the stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Off play action. It's Howell. And he's got it. And he takes it in for a Commander's touchdown. Curtis Samuel, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Powell throwing for it. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a two-score game here in the fourth. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. There are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 29, Love. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, second and goal. On play action, Love to throw. He completes this to Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Love throwing for it. That's caught at the 1. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, but it's going to be second down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Sam Howell, his third touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Commanders get a bit closer. So Washington now with an important 2-point conversion attempt. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a one-score game. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, Love. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Commanders are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Second down, Hal back to pass. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the 1st down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Howell to throw. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties, you're not going to hold corners with any looks, because they know what the situation is, ends up throwing the interception.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go. Here we go.
Love looking to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Here we go.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Seahawks, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.